Hello, and welcome to Alumni Now. I'm Sam Sonnenstrahl, class of 1979 and the Executive Director of Alumni Relations and GUAA. Joining me today, we have
I'm Lisa Jacobs, class of 1980.
I'm Tony Tatum, class of 2013.
I'm MJ Bienvenue. I graduated in 1974.
We have three parts in our program. In our first section, we will talk about the 150th anniversary at Gallaudet and all the events being planned to celebrate that important milestone. Secondly, our alumni profile will feature Daniel Danana, class of 2011. He spent time in the Pacific and the Marshall Islands as a volunteer with World Teach. Thirdly, and my favorite, our Then and Now section, where we'll be talking about homecoming over the years. Recently, the class of 2017 entered Gallaudet. Some were excited and some were nervous. We had the opportunity to film our conversations with them and their parents to find out what they think about being at Gallaudet.
Wow. When I watched that, I realized that nervousness and excitement are always part of the experience. I remember coming here as a student in 1976 and also feeling nervous but excited at the same time.
Some things never change.
It was on April 8, 1864, that Abraham Lincoln signed the charter establishing Gallaudet. Over the past 150 years, Gallaudet has seen many changes. Buildings have been erected and buildings torn down and replaced. But what remains constant is the exceptionally strong relationship of students and alumni to Gallaudet, a tie that is often highly valued. Thousands upon thousands of students have entered Gallaudet over the years and have left to go on to success. This year, we will take a look back and a look forward to the future as well. MJ Bienvenue is chair of the 150th anniversary. MJ, what can we expect?
Yes, we're having a big celebration and it'll be all year long, not just a few short activities. The celebration will continue throughout the entire year with many different events. First, we have 15 visionary leaders. We are recognizing 15 alumni who have made a significant contribution to the world following their graduation from Gallaudet. Then there is a lecture series including 5 speakers, each presenting on a different topic. Also, we have a Claire signing and writing contest where students do a signed presentation and write about Gallaudet history. Next, on April 8th, is Charter Day, as Sam's just mentioned. That's when Abraham Lincoln signed the charter and marks exactly 150 years. So we're planning a huge birthday celebration. We'll have many different events happening throughout the day. We have a committee working hard on all the plans, and we want it to be student-centered. So we'll have various presentations and programs that will include departments, campus programs, and student organizations. We'll also have the Unity Fest that's happening that day. Towards the end of the day, we'll have an opening of the Gallaudet Museum. That's a new museum on campus. Then, we'll have the Gallaudet Symposium. That's a conference for people to attend. And last but certainly not least, the Gallaudet Reunion from July 9th to the 13th. So all these plans encompass the entire year, and it will truly be an exciting time for Gallaudet.
Cool. You mentioned 15 visionary leaders. Can you describe how they were selected?
Sure, we really wanted to recognize alumni who have made a significant impact. So a committee was formed, and they determined that a nomination process would be best. Once those nominations generated a list of names, the list was screened for a number of important criteria. For example, the person could not have been a president of Gallaudet University. They had to have obtained either a BA or BS degree from Gallaudet. So through the screening process, the nominations were narrowed down to 15 that were selected. Every month, we'll have banners on display recognizing visionary leaders. For example, in September, we recognized Jack Gannon. So it's really exciting, and it's a great honor for each of these 15 individuals.
I'm curious about the lecture series. What's it about?
We'll have 5 speakers, and we want them to talk about different things. They're outsiders, although some are alumni, others are not. The point is we want to see what they've experienced. So for an example, in September we had Andrew Solomon. He wrote the book entitled Far from the Tree. It's about children's relationships with their parents, and he actually talks about deaf people in that book. That's one example, and we want students to see a variety of presentations and really think outside of the box. And we want to draw students to see these presentations.
Also, what's special about April 8th?
April 8th is going to be so exciting. It's huge. That day marks exactly 150 years since Abraham Lincoln signed our charter, as Sam mentioned. So April 8th is Charter Day, and there'll be activities throughout the day. Our intent is for this celebration to be more student-centered, but it's certainly not limited to students. Faculty, staff, alumni, and community can be involved and celebrate all day with various programs. The committee is hard at work planning a full slate of activities for the entire day. Then, towards the end of the day, we'll open the brand new Gallaudet Museum, so it's truly a huge all-day celebration.
You also mentioned the Gallaudet Symposium. It's a 2-day thing, right? Can you tell us more?
Yes, that 2-day symposium is like a conference. In response to the call for papers on deaf history, people submit their materials, and then we'll have 2 full days of presentations on a variety of topics. We'll be looking at history, but not just history. Really, it's about Gallaudet's place in history. We see this as being an international event with a large audience, and it will last for 2 full days.
Correct me if I'm wrong about this, but doesn't Gallaudet have a reunion too?
Yes, we do have a reunion. First, on April 8th, we'll have the all-day celebration involving many people. The reunion will also bring people here from everywhere, from all over the U.S. and probably the world. We'll have different events planned every day from Wednesday through Saturday, including different presentations and social activities. Many alumni are thrilled with the opportunity to see each other as well as their former faculty and staff and friends. As Sam mentioned, many buildings on campus have changed and alumni may not even recognize the place. They might need a tour guide just to find their way around campus.
You know, we usually have class reunions and Greek conclaves. Can you explain the new type of meeting, the department major reunions?
Yes, some alumni have mentioned that they wish they could see former faculty and former staff, as well as former classmates, or find out about program changes. So we've decided to add a programs and departments reunion. That'll happen Saturday afternoon. So people can gather and they might learn that their department no longer exists or it's become something else. Oh, and it just occurred to me that I should also mention we've added a plenary session daily. So each morning there'll be a different presentation. And there'll be an opening session as well as a closing session. We'll have concurrent workshops and we'll have class bowl competitions too. Every evening we'll have the Gallaudet Club, where everyone can gather to socialize and enjoy the opportunity to talk and catch up with each other.
Where can people get more information?
Well, people can look on the website at www.gallaudet.edu/150. And it's there that you can find a schedule of events.
House 1 is full of living history. There are so many stories to share with you. You have the opportunity to explore inside of House 1 through the DVD documentary that I recently produced. The DVD is now on sale for $25 plus shipping and handling. Go to the museum website for more information. All proceeds will go to the Gallaudet University Museum Fund. Without your help, there can be no museum and no place to tell our stories. Your support would be much appreciated and wonderful too.
Until now, most of our alumni profiles have been about alumni with many years of experience. But for this edition of Alumni Profile, we are going to take a look at a young man whose resume may be shorter, but who has vast travel experience. Today we'll be talking with Daniel Danana. Daniel graduated from Gallaudet and immediately went to spend a year in the Pacific on an island called the Republic of the Marshall Islands, or RMI. He went there for a year, and then last spring he returned, but visited a different area called FSM, the Federated States of Micronesia. The state he visited specifically was Chuuk. Both RMI and FSM are independent nations in the Pacific, but both maintain ties to the United States. To understand Daniel's reasons and motivation for going, we have to go back in time a bit. It all started when he was a Gallaudet student. He did an internship for GURC, Gallaudet University's regional centers. The director of the center contacted Gallaudet and offered an internship opportunity for a Gallaudet student. Daniel applied and got the summer internship. After going there once, he was hooked. He wanted more, so he did some research and found World Teach. He applied to that organization and was the first deaf volunteer, so he stayed on another year. Since that time, Gallaudet has partnered with World Teach. They have an agreement which established the Deaf World Teach program. Now, we have our first 3 deaf volunteers in that program. And Daniel is involved helping to recruit, provide orientation, and training. Daniel's work in the Pacific for a year and a half had a big impact on the deaf community there. In turn, They had a big impact on him. The experience really changed his life. I hope you enjoy Daniel's story.
During high school, I wasn't really sure about where I wanted to go to college. My parents persuaded me to go to Gallaudet. They thought it would be a good place for personal growth and social change. Although my parents encouraged me, I was resistant to the idea of attending Gallaudet at first. However, over time, I finally warmed up to the idea. Then I applied to Gallaudet and got in. The first day I got to Gallaudet's campus, I had butterflies in my stomach. I was so uncertain. I wasn't sure what I wanted out of my future. I had come in with the vision of wanting to travel the world. I wanted to have a passion and desire for my work and wanted to be happy with who I was. I continued through school, and on the last day I found myself standing on the stage in front of a large audience as a graduation speaker. It was at that moment I realized that I really am following my dreams. I'm taking on the world. I am pursuing what I love. The activities I was involved in at Gallaudet included the swim team, the president's office, and academic bowl. When I graduated, the most important thing I left with was a deep and lifelong connection with friends. The most life-changing experience I had at Gallaudet was my internship. My internship was in the Marshall Islands. That's about 5 hours south of Hawaii in the Pacific. My internship there lasted 12 weeks. And during that time, I fell in love with the students, the parents, and teachers, and the community as a whole. Once I left, I couldn't stop thinking about my experience there. I couldn't just let it go, so I decided I wanted to give more of myself there. I decided to apply to World Teach. That's an ESL and English as a Second Language organization, with headquarters in Boston. It's a world-renowned volunteer organization along the same lines as the Peace Corps, but it's a non-profit organization. I applied and was accepted, so after graduation, I went back to the Marshall Islands for 1 year as a volunteer. During that time, I got to see what aspects of the program worked for me and what didn't work well for me. This fall, I have 3 volunteers starting their first year of service in the Marshall Islands. It's the first deaf program for World Teach, and it will run for 1 full year. It's exciting. It's really nice, after all of the work and investment, to see it come to fruition and to see it grow with more people involved. Teaching students is something I put my whole heart into. Every minute, hour, and day, I put everything I have into the effort of teaching the students. My most poignant memory is of the deaf adults because of their enthusiasm and hunger for more information. Their eagerness absorbed all of my energy every single day, but I still wanted to give it more and keep giving. I would ask for more information so that I can share it with them. It was an exchange. It's not only that I am teaching them, but that they teach me a lot about myself. They taught me what they know about nature and survival. They are bright in their own way, and I am bright in my own way, so it was an even exchange, and that was really nice. I love communicating. I love ideas and sharing ideas, so I feel a communication major gave me the opportunity to really develop interpersonal interaction skills with many different people in all walks of life and in all levels of society, so that I can relate to anyone. I guess what I'm saying is, don't fear the world. Take it on. Follow your dreams. Follow your passions. No matter what people tell you, follow your instincts. Let them guide you in life.
Watching that was so inspiring. I asked him about medical care, and he explained that for basic needs, for routine, everyday visits, that they have medical care available on the islands. However, if there's an urgent or critical need, such as an MRI, they have to fly to either Hawaii or Guam. It's really remote.
Wow. As a faculty member, I find it so moving to see our students succeed, and that support is essential for internships. Having that experience, He's enjoying his work and representing Gallaudet to the world. It's really wonderful.
I agree. Now let's take a break.
I want to let you know about an exciting event happening during Gallaudet's 150th anniversary. It's the Gallaudet Reunion. It will be July 9th to the 13th, 2014. There will be all types of events happening at Gallaudet. Come visit and let's celebrate together. Reconnect with campus programs, departments, different Greek organizations, as well as your class. See your old friends. The Gallaudet Reunion will be a truly special event during Gallaudet's 150th anniversary. The GUAA is also celebrating their 125th anniversary. There are so many wonderful events happening during the reunion. Come on, let's get together. You'll be amazed. For more information, check out this website.
Not long ago, when I was a student, homecoming meant football. I played in 3 homecoming games, and it was always the highlight of the season. While the homecoming game is an important part of the weekend, it's only one of the activities. For alumni, homecoming is a time to reconnect with friends and catch up on who, what, and where. Homecoming is a true alumni event. While faces change, one thing stays the same, meaning alumni and friends return to Gallaudet. In this video of our Then and Now series, we look back at homecoming through the years. Let's watch. Wow, I haven't seen a videotape where I can't recognize anyone from Gallaudet.
Oh, it's different. I really enjoyed seeing the past homecomings and seeing so many old friends and faces that I recognize. It's really my favorite part of the year. Homecoming is so much fun.
When I saw the floats, I remember my class used to meet at House 2 to make the floats. We'd work on them all night for several nights. So when I watched that, I realized they still do it.
I have a question for you. You've played in homecoming games. Usually there are 10 games in the season. As a player, do homecoming games feel any different than regular games?
Yes, for both the team and the coach. It always feels different. There's a different attitude and a different focus. Also, we don't sleep on campus for the game because we have to focus and we don't want to get involved with activities or parties. The coach and everyone on the team knows how important it is for us to come back and play the game and win for our community. We know a lot of people come to watch, so it's very exciting and inspiring to play that day for our school.
So tell me what you're doing now.
Now I'm playing pro football with the Arena Football League. I recently played for the Utah Blaze and then transferred to the Cleveland Gladiators. So now I'm in Ohio.
Many of us are following your games, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Now it's time to wrap up. I want to thank all of you for joining us, and I want to thank our 3 guests for a wonderful show. If you have any comments, suggestions, or need more information, please email us at alumninow@gallaudet.edu. We'll be back soon.